Okay, so let me move this up a little bit. You've definitely got some blast from the past that is coming in. And whatever you decide to do with that is up to you. But I would say that I feel like the message needs to be reiterated, okay? We need to allow ourselves to close some doors on the past. It creates that vacuum, right? So for example, you broke up with somebody that was deceitful. It creates that little vacuum in your love sector. And when there's that vacuum, the universe will bring something else into the picture to fill that vacuum. And that is one of the message I try to get, a lot of the other signs or a lot of clients and people to understand. There are always new opportunities. We just need to keep ourselves open to these opportunities in order to be able to get what we want. And so when I mention in these readings, I'm very, very firm about, believing that relationships, there is a time and there's a season. Once it ends, allow new people to come in. And so my advice has always been to not cycle back in with past relationship partners, especially if it has been very, very tenuous, okay? So what you decide to do with that is up to you, but let me just give you a little bit of information here, and hopefully that can, allow you the clarity, okay? So let me talk first of all about the foundation. We have here the Lovers, and we have here the Four of Wands. The Lovers is a really, really beautiful relationship that is built on mutual attraction, chemistry, and I feel like overall a very, very strong sense of like loving another person. So for those of you who are in relationships, this is the month where you make the proposal or the other person proposes to you, because we have here the marriage card, okay? In the foundation, I feel like you are already in relationship where you are planning the next stages with the other person. Do we go on a honeymoon? Where do we go? How big do you want the wedding ceremony to be? Do you want to invite your family or, all of my family, or what do we want to do when it comes to that big moment, big event, and big day? So I feel like a lot of you are already engaged with a person and you are in a very, very good, solid, stable relationship. I feel that the relationship itself, it came in a very unexpected way. You were kind of like fumbling through the dark. You have, you were feeling like this, the Five of Pentacles, which is, for whatever reason, you felt very demoralized as a result of a past relationship. You felt almost like cast out. You felt very unloved, right? And you felt like you were in this dark cave and you were isolating yourself from love. And there were opportunities where people were interested in you. So they're coming in, giving you lifelines. They're like, you want to do this? You want to go out with me? You want to date me? And I feel like you had options. It's not like you didn't try to move on from that past relationship. It feels to me like you had options, but the past relationship was a little bit difficult to recover from. And as a result of it, I feel like it really chipped away at your self-esteem. So you were in this dark place when the relationship unexpectedly happens. And I feel like the person that you were dealing with is very straightforward. This is the Nine of Cups here. This is someone with a lot of love and they wear their hearts on their sleeves, okay? They're a little bit like, they're so emotionally honest that it caught you off guard. They came in without hidden agenda, without ulterior motives. And I feel like they're just very, very innocent. And I feel like a lot of you have been caught off guard. It's like all of a sudden it happened. You didn't expect it. You didn't think it was going to happen. And you didn't think, that the universe would grant you this perfect person. So I feel like the relationship that you're in, it came in a very unexpected way. And it came in a way where that person is very innocent. I do feel, though, there's a sense here of cultural differences, okay? This is kind of like your family telling you, no, you need to marry this person, you need to marry that person, you need to marry, people with certain characteristics. And you're just like, no, I'm going to go for this person even though they're different from me, and I don't really care. So I feel like your family, you have very opinionated family members, Taurus. And I feel like they're chipping in, offering their 2 cents, and it's not even appropriate. And so I feel like, despite what your family members say, you're gonna do what you want to do because as a fixed sign, you're very stubborn, and so you're gonna go ahead and pursue that other person and have that relationship. And some of you, I feel like you're wanting to take a relationship to the next level, such as proposing to somebody, or even moving in with another person, and then your family might not approve, and you don't really care. So I feel that for many of you, a relationship it's going really well. A couple people, your relationships are, it's like bliss to me, and it's kind of like, me, you against the world. So I feel like you have a lot of faith and confidence in your relationship partner, okay? For others who might be single, we have a situation here with this is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is a situation where we are keeping ourselves stuck, where there was a relationship that was very stagnant, or I feel like you didn't have all the information that you need in order for you to put all the pieces of the puzzle in place, in order for you to satisfyingly have all the information you need so you can move on. So I feel like there was a lot of unanswered questions in a relationship, and you're kind of racking your brains trying to figure out what happened. I do feel for a lot of you, you're still you were still very hung up on a relationship partner, and we have here an air sign, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. This is a sun, moon, or rising. And I do feel that physically, you might already be moving away from this person. They're no longer in the picture. You might have tried dating, but there were still unfinished business, or, hidden things associated with this person, and you can't really get a straight answer from them. For some of you, this person showing up here as a page, their energy is very, very young, and they are somebody that I feel like they change their stories quite often. So that means, depending on the audience, they kind of know how to work the crowd, okay? So I feel like you're dealing with someone that might not be truthful 100% of the time. And so you need to really analyze, you need to observe, and you need to really dissect the information that they are giving you. So this is kind of like telling you to be very, very careful when it comes to communication from this person, because I feel like you have somebody coming back in trying to spin you a story. And I feel like logically, you're just like, okay, I want all of those plot holes to be filled in. I want to know exactly what happened. They're giving you half-hearted attempts at answers, but they're not giving you the truth. So they're saying here, there's an extra warning. Really use your higher self, your higher knowledge, your wisdom to dissect the story, and to not take it at face value, okay? Crowning this reading is something that you are thinking about. We have an air sign, so it could be the same person. This is an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, sun, moon, or rising, and this is somebody that you have known for a very, very long time. You might also have children with this person, because we have here the page energy and the king energy. So I feel like it indicates like a person that you share children with, you have children with, or a person that you've known for a really long time. And we have the card with the Five of Swords, which indicates a lot of strife, a lot of mistrust, a lot of conflict. So you might be dealing with your ex that you have children with, and there's a lot of strife as to what we need to do with the children. And there's also an element of, the children kind of like playing one parent against the other. So you want to be very, very careful about that, okay? If you are in a relationship and you have children, be very, very careful about teamwork, working together as a team so that you can provide the proper structure and the discipline required for the children. And I know this is a love relationship reading, and that's not, that's more family related, but I feel like it's really important for the both of you to have a united front against to provide proper discipline within the household. Okay, so if you agree or if you have disagreements over what a child should do, make sure you have these discussions out of view behind closed doors, so that the child doesn't see that there is discord or disagreement between the two of you, and the child can, children are very smart. They know how to, they know who the lenient parent is. They know who the strict parent is. So you need to be, even if you disagree, you need to be on the same page, and you need to form a united front so that the child doesn't get in between. And I also feel as well, you both need to agree to be very, very extra firm when it comes to discipline, because with this Page of Sword energy, this is a very smart child that knows how to push boundaries, okay? So I'm just going to leave it at that. And then I feel like others of you dealing with this ex-partner you might have children with, and there's a lot of strife, and I feel like they're trying to come back in, trying to invoke some type of strife, wanting to further communicate, and there has been just a lot of tenuous, the energy is not very positive, okay? So try to let the situation go. If it's already in the past, having answers is always nice. Some of us need that closure, right? But I feel like it's already in the past. Let bygones be bygones and move on with your life without that person. It doesn't feel very good for you, and it doesn't feel very honest, okay? Moving forward, what we have here is the Judgment card, and the Judgment card is basically a new beginnings, starting over, branching off to something new and moving on, turning that blank page, starting a new chapter. So I feel like you're closing some doors for good, and you're not letting the past back in. And we have here the Ace of Cups. Many of you have a new person that is in the picture for you. And I have here the Devil as well, which is a relationship that has a lot of physical attraction, okay? Like, you might want to take it a little bit slowly, because like I said, it's a lot of you might be meeting new people, and you might have somebody that you are completely like swept off your feet with. So with this Devil energy, and the Ace of Cups, I don't feel that it's going to go awry, but I do feel either way it might be in your best interest to slow things down a little bit. Sorry about the mosquito. I'm in an area where there are a lot of mosquitoes. So he's just flying around, and it's midnight here, so he's just flying around looking for a place to land to bite, so I apologize. But overall, the Ace of Cups and the Devil both indicate really, really strong attraction, okay? And it's attraction that, if not handled well, it can be difficult, okay? So it's like really strong physical attraction that you have to another person, and you might want to take that extra step to be, to do things methodically in order for this to work out, because I feel like the attraction is so strong, you might get physically involved with each other before you know very much about each other. So, err on the side of caution, err on the side of safety for health reasons, for example, and then err on the side of, just taking things slow so that this can have a good foundation to begin with, okay? So, Taurus, I feel like it's going to be a very, very phenomenal dating month, especially for singles. For couple people, I just feel like family interference in relationships. I also feel like you and your partner are going to be sharing a lot of information about your respective families, like talking about families, talking about, oh, my mom is like this, my dad is like this, so on and so forth. So I do feel a lot of communication and a lot of solidification when it comes to people who are in relationships, and especially people who are married, your relationships seem very, very stable. It's like people are not really going to be getting in between the two of you, okay?